Hello, guys. Welcome back to
The Sophomore Slump, Winter Break Edition.
guys. It is the final episode. It's the final countdown. Did you guys like that, or how are we feeling? Can you believe it? We've already reached the end of winter break. And to be honest, I was supposed to make one more episode, but this last week, all of last week was super busy, and this week is also a pretty busy week for me. And I don't really know how that happened. It's just kind of how it ended up being that my end of my winter break got super packed with things. I feel like the beginning of my break was very crowded and packed, and so was the end. And I mean, I'm honestly kind of grateful because it made the time go by so much faster. But now I'm kind of like, holy cow, I literally go back this Saturday. So I have tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I need to do some like last things. And then I'm going to start packing. I have work Thursday, and then Friday, that whole day, I've literally blocked off all of Friday to just pack, to focus on packing and make sure that I can get all my stuff ready to go. And then on Saturday, my parents are taking me back to the city, and then we're going to see chess. That's super exciting. And yeah, then that's that. Then like I'm back. Oh, and okay, wait. This is kind of crazy, like off topic kind of story thing. So, y'all remember how I had my like 3-day Hinge thing, which never again. Um, there was like a guy on there that I met that was like, I'm on here to look for friends. I was friends with all these finance bros at NYU, and they were so mean, and I was like, oh, okay. But then he was like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to come off as like crazy or anything. I'm just like really looking for some friends in New York City, and he's my age. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. But I've been like getting to know him more. I'm like, oh wait, this is like a normal person. Kind of rare for Hinge, right, to find a normal person. But then all of a sudden he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to have like a large group meetup, and we're all gonna play laser tag. And I was like, okay. And so then he added me to this Instagram group chat with, he wasn't lying, like I feel like, to me it's like 50 people. I don't think it's actually 50 people, but there's a lot of people in this group chat. And he's trying to organize laser tag. And I'm looking at all the people in this group chat, and I'm like, oh my god, these are like all girls he found on Hinge. And to top it off, it's, for the most part, I'm pretty sure it's like all white girls too. I'm like, hello? Like the most, like, I'm like, it's the same flavor of girl. The same flavor of white girl. And I'm like, not that that's necessarily a bad thing. Like, some of these girls, I'm like, oh, damn diva. Did you drop this? And it's their crown. Did you drop this, queen? But I'm kind of like, what's going on here? Like, I feel like this guy is like curated. Oh my god, what's the word? Ugh, I'm forgetting the word. Not a brothel, like is it a covet? A coven? I don't know the word. But like this group of women, and I'm like, oh, this is scary. So pretty much everyone in this group has been saying like, can't make it. But he's being very much like, if you can make it, like, bring your friends, bring your roommates. I just want this to be like a huge thing. And I'm like, okay, I don't know you that well. I don't know a single person in this group chat. Even if I brought a friend with me, I don't really feel comfortable going to this. So, I'm definitely not going to go. Because stranger danger, I'm not comfortable doing that. Even if I went with a friend, like, I still would be kind of like, this is weird, and I'm scared. And so, yeah. So there's that. Also, I don't think I even can go. He proposed the 17th and 18th. I can't go on the 18th. And then the 17th, I was like, well, maybe I can go. But then I was like looking at my schedule with my parents after chess, and I was like, oh no, I can't. I literally can't. So I'm like, I have a good excuse. I can't go. But I'm like, this is so creepy. This is so weird. Scary. I don't know. Very scary, very weird. And I was feeling very uncomfortable about that. Anyways, what have I been up to? Working. I've made so much money this break. Oh yay! I am so happy. I plan on Friday to go to the bank to cash in all the money I made over this break. I figured, like, why not just wait until Thursday when I have my last shift, and then I'll take all my earnings and put them in the account. And I'm feeling very good. I feel like I've made money to be like, okay, yes, now we can go out a little bit in the city. I was nervous. There was a time where I was like, ooh, maybe it's just groceries this semester and no eating out. No going out with the friends. No birthday presents, guys. But no, we're good. We are locked in. We are so good. And I'm so excited. Yeah. Picked up a shift or two recently and I've been feeling great. Work has been fine. I'm just tired now. I feel like people are kind of off of the holiday good vibes, and so with work it's kind of like, I don't know. You're starting to get more rude customers again. People aren't like holly jolly anymore, and I'm like, ugh. And I hate when people will just get mad at you for the craziest things. Like, and people are rude. People are really rude. Like, I had this one table where they didn't know that there was bacon on one of our items because they didn't read the menu. Whatever. It says it on the menu. They didn't know there was bacon. So I brought it out and they were like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, we didn't read the menu, but she can't have bacon. I'm like, oh, no. Like, I will get you a new one. It's fine. And so I went back. I got a new dish brought it out. But then on the check, I had to like re-ring the item in to say no bacon, to put it on the fly so that the kitchen could know. Because even if I tell them, they have to like see it on the screen, you know? So then I just had to have the manager take it off. And then I forgot to have the manager take it off before I printed it out. So I handed them the receipt and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. There's actually 3 of those items on there because someone else ordered the same item. And I was like, I'm going to have my manager take the one off, but I'm just letting you know the receipt's going to say 3 and that's wrong. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And I was like, great. Like, whatever. Plus, I'm like, if you really need to do the math, you can do the math. But, like, me personally, I don't care. Like, I just look, and if everything else looks right, then it's like, okay, she said she's going to take it off. And I can see the price of this one, and if I brought back the other check and it was the same price, I'd be like, you didn't take it off. Like, it's not that hard. Whatever. And they didn't ask me to bring the new check around, so I didn't. And then I was walking around, and then later they were like, excuse me, aren't you going to bring the new check around? And I was like, oh, yeah, I can. And they were like, yeah, you really should. I'm sorry. Hello. Let's tone it down a little bit. I've been nothing but nice to you this whole meal. You've been telling me how great everything is, and all of a sudden I forget to take the one thing off, and you're like, whoa. Whoa. Let's all take a deep breath. Okay? It's never that deep. There's never any reason to be terrorizing your restaurant workers, your service workers, your service industry people, retail workers. There's just never any reason to be terrorizing those people, okay? Let's leave them all alone. Okay. So yeah, I worked. It was great. Also, this past week, I have been feeling so good about my connections to my friends. I've been like seeing people, and this has made me feel so much better. Because really one of the issues about being home for break is that I don't see anyone, and then I feel disconnected and I feel sad. But I have been FaceTiming people, which is great. And then I went out to brunch with a friend from home, and we like spent the day shopping, and that was great. I was like, wow, yeah, this is like my social battery is actually being used. Hooray. And then Alyssa Waring came to my town. My friend Alyssa was so kind to come up from was it a 3-hour drive? I'll have to ask her. She's gonna be watching this video. Hey Alyssa. I think she drove like 3 hours to get here. some amount that I was like, whoa, it's a lot of driving. Just to come and see me from the like DMV area. I was like, wow, that's so kind. And we hung out for a day, and that was so nice. And we didn't do anything big. We just like hung out, but it's so nice to like be around someone. Sometimes just having someone nearby that you know and you trust is like, oh, thank you. Like I feel comfortable, and I feel like I can be like, oh, yes, okay, I can like talk to this person like normal. Like when I'm around my parents, I can't like, I'm not myself, you know? Like I make my jokes and they're like, what? They don't get it. They don't get anything that I'm saying. They don't know what I'm talking about. They don't get any of my references. But when I'm with my friends, I can do all that. And so just having someone around that I could be like, oh, yes, I can like talk normal to you. It just makes me feel so much better. So yeah, Alyssa came to my town. Do not come to my town. But I will say, a big part, at least for me, a big part of seeing friends and feeling connected is that I feel like it makes the lows I get from not being around people even worse. Like, I'll have a really great day with a friend, and I will, that whole like evening afterwards, you know, like when the, especially if I like go out with people and stuff, like when I come back I'm like, oh, I'm so happy. Like I just hung out with people, I had great interactions, like I'm being a human, I'm doing social things, this is so fun. I love being a normal human, a normal part of society. But then it'll be like the next day, and just midday it'll kind of hit me that I'm like, oh god, I'm all alone. And all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, was I weird? Was I weird in those interactions? And now I'm not with anyone, and other people are with their friends and stuff right now, and I'm not. And I miss it, and I crave it, you know? Like, I'm someone that I feel like needs to always be around people. I am an extrovert. I need people. And don't get me wrong, I do love my alone time, and there are definitely days where I'm like, I need to be alone. I can't. I've been around people too much. I need to be in silence, or I need to be like just in my bed with like no one touching me, and I need to just like breathe my own air, you know? Like I definitely need those moments and those days, but like when there's a limit. There's too much of the people and there's too much of no people, you know? But I definitely think when I was going on such a long streak of not having any friends around, so then seeing friends and then not seeing them, like 2 days in a row of like being with a friend and then having nothing, it really, really hit me hard. And I was like, like that day after I was really miserable. And I kind of hate that. And I don't really understand why I can't, like, why I have to feel that way. I feel like I shouldn't have to feel that way, but that's just kind of like, it's just what my body kind of resorts to, I guess. I don't know, it's kind of this weird thing that I've started experiencing this year. Allie and I surprised Mia, our trio. We did a surprise for Mia, and we went to New York to surprise her for her birthday. My bestie Mia, my bestie Ali, and I took our trains to see bestie Mia. And it was the greatest thing ever. It was so fun. So basically, I was feeling really bad because Mia's birthday, their birthday's in January, obviously. And it's during a time where like not everyone is around, and you know, kind of overlaps with J term, and that's really unfair because no one, like, everyone else has a birthday party during the school year, and it's all the same, where it's like, I mean, obviously not the summer, but that's like, the summer's different. The summer, like, you've always had a summer birthday, but like January, when you're in like, you know, elementary, middle, high school, like you're normally in school during that time. At that point, you don't have a month and a half off of school. And so I feel like it's so unfair that, like, you know, their birthday's in like later mid-January, and no one's around to celebrate. That's so unfair. And everyone else has all these like fun dorm parties and stuff, and Mia doesn't get that. And I was like, no. And so then I was like, Alan, we are so. I think of that every time I say Allie's name. But I called up Allie and I was like, Allie, we have to plan something for our bestie Mia. Because also, hello, Mia's turning 20. Unk. I'm turning 20. But anyways, I was like, Mia's literally turning 20. That's huge. So we have to do something crazy and fun and awesome. And so we went to see their performance in A Christmas Carol. And then I tracked down her mom and I was like, hello. We need your contact information because we would like to surprise Mia for her birthday. And we need you to help us out with like scheduling and organizing that because, you know, we can make a plan, but like we need someone on the inside to make sure that it's actually a surprise, you know? And it was so fun. My train was 30 minutes late. And so Allie and I were supposed to get to the Barnes & Nobles in Union Square before 1. And the plan was for Mia to get there by 1. My train arrived in New York at 1. And I was like, oh! Now, lucky for me, Mia was also not getting there exactly at 1. So I got there after Mia, but like it was enough time that we had a cover. And I met Allie there, and I was like, Allie, I'm so sorry. And we ran up there, and I was like, oh. And we surprised Mia. Yay! It was so great. And I'm so glad it worked out because I was so excited. I literally couldn't sleep the night before. I was so excited. And it was everything I wanted it to be. And yeah, we had like a full day planned and it was perfect. It was just like the perfect amount of time together and yeah, just like the best. Ooh, I could like literally cry about how perfect it was. I'm so happy. I love when things work out. And I also love just traveling to New York by myself. Whoa. I did that this summer too to see the girls. I solo traveled to New York, and this was my second time going by myself. And low-key, I love it. Like, hello, I love going by myself. And if I ever live in the suburbs as, like, you know, a young adult, which I hope I don't, but if I ever don't live in the city, but I'm, like, sort of near it, I'd love to solo travel all the time, because that's actually, really fun. So, yeah, we surprised Mia, and that was really awesome. And I love Mia, and everyone in the comments say happy birthday, Mia. So yeah. Now, guys, we gotta start packing. Yeah, kind of crazy. So, here's the deal. This is always like a big pack thing for me, winter break, because I try to bring stuff home. When I'm packing and I go to school, I always end up bringing things that I don't end up using, which I don't know how this keeps happening to me because it'll be stuff that I'm using when I'm home here. It's not even stuff that I'm like, oh, maybe I'll use that at school, or like stuff that I'm like, I want to use it at school and then I don't. It'll literally be stuff that I do use at home. But I think I just get to the dorm and it's a smaller space and it's a different kind of space and I'm living a different kind of life when I'm there versus here. And I think I just kind of have this moment where I'm like, oh yeah, I don't need this. So winter break is when I bring a lot of that stuff home and then I bring other stuff and I'm like, oh, I wish I had that. I bring all that with me back, including clothes. I'm going to do a big clothing swap. And I'm hoping... I don't think this is really going to happen, but I am hoping that I can kind of start to weed through some clothes to get rid of them so that, because my plan is to try to either be like a summer RA or do some kind of summer thing at NYU where I am there this summer. So I don't really plan on coming back here for the summer. So I don't want to have to do a whole wardrobe switch in between spring semester and summer because I'm not really going to have the time to do all that. So I would like to weed out a lot of stuff now so I don't have to worry about that later, you know? So yeah, it's gonna be a big process, I think. But I've been keeping my room very clean. So I'm thinking because the room is so clean, it shouldn't be too hard for me to use this space to its fullest capabilities. So yeah. But I'm kind of excited, like I love packing everything up. It makes me a little stressed out because I'm always scared I'm going to leave something behind, but I do enjoy like getting to see all of my stuff also neatly packed away. So that'll be fun. Get to do that. Oh my god, guys. My FOMO is so bad. My FOMO is so bad. Like I knew that. College has made my FOMO extra bad. I've always been really bad about it. Fear of missing out is not something that you want to play with. I have always been really, really bad with feeling left out and feeling like I don't have any friends or like everyone hates me, no one likes me, that kind of stuff. And I've always had this thing where like it's why social media is the root of all evil. It is, because without social media, I wouldn't necessarily know that these people are hanging out without me. It's literally just because of social media that I know. Like there are people where like I didn't know that this party was happening, and I didn't know that all of these people that I am friends with were going to that party. And I don't think they necessarily would have talked about that party in front of me. Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. But because I actively see they'll post while they're at the party, they post after the party. And you know, like I do this too. Like when I go out with my friends, I'm posting about it. But it's like this thing where it's like when I see other people do it, I'm like, "Oh my god. They must hate me because they didn't invite me." And it's like, I'm clearly not doing that when I post about going out or getting invited to parties and stuff. Like, obviously, my intention of posting about it is to be like, look, I had this great time with my friends, or like, I want to share this awesome experience I had, or I want to share about how much I love my friends, or hey, it was my friend's birthday. I want to celebrate them. Here's me also posting to say happy birthday and whatever. I'm not posting with the intention of, hey, you're friends with this person and you didn't get invited. Like, that's not my intention. I know that's not my intention. I know that's no one's intention because that's like psychopathic behavior. Like, who would genuinely post about a party to be like, yeah, and I hope that this person sees it and is mad. Like, I can't imagine feeling that evil in my soul to be like, I'm gonna post about this party just to make this person mad that they're not there. Like, that's never my intention. And so I know that that's no one else's intention either. It doesn't matter. Like, I can still tell myself that and I'm still gonna feel this way. And that's the most frustrating part. And I will journal about this and I will talk about this to myself all the time, and I'll be like, Paige. You do not need to think like this. Like, if I see things happening, I'm like, girl, you weren't going to be able to go to that party anyway. Or you don't have the money to go out right now. Or you're really tired today. Like, if you went out right now, you'd be so miserable and exhausted. Or you've got to get up really early tomorrow. You have a big exam tomorrow. Whatever. Like, I'll be like, you didn't want to go to that. Or whatever. Or even if I'm like, I could have gone and I actually would have liked to go. I'm like, well, they didn't invite you. And that's okay. There's a reason that person didn't invite you. And if that person didn't think to invite you, then it probably means that it probably means that you wouldn't have had fun there. Because they don't think that they're going to have fun with you there. So it probably means that the vibe is off right now. And if the vibe is off right now, then it's not going to be good. Like, when I see people hanging out in a way that, like, when I hear about an event that kind of came up spontaneously, like people just happened to be in the same place at the same time, I always get really mad because I'm like, well, you could have invited me. Like, you could have let me know. I would have come over. I see people a lot of times because I live in a dorm that not a lot of people I'm friends with live in, which is not like, it's not anyone's fault, but it's like I'm clearly not in the most popular dorm. And I see everyone go to Gramercy, which is like the place to be, I guess. And they'll all hang out because they all just walked home together. And it's like, I couldn't really control that. Like, I didn't know that you were all going there because I didn't walk home with all of you. Like, I live in a different dorm. And so now you're all hanging out, and I wish you would have told me you were hanging out so that I could have joined you, because I wish I could hang out with you guys more. But it's like, why would they have done that? They weren't thinking of me in that moment because I wasn't there. And it was an impromptu event. There was no reason for them to have invited me, you know? It's just, I hate my brain. I hate how it works. And I don't like FOMO. And it just gets really bad. And winter break is just worse because I don't see any of these people IRL. I just see what they put on social media. And of course, nobody puts the times that they're like alone and, sad that they're not hanging out with anyone on social media. They only post the times that they're hanging out with people. And that's only going to encourage me to be upset. Right? Like, I'm only going to feel bad that I'm missing out because I only see the parts that I'm missing out on. I'm not missing out on someone taking a day for themselves. But they don't exactly post about that, Y'all follow? Anyways, we gotta move on. Well, since this is my last episode of this podcast to finish off winter break, I figured I would talk about the semester ahead, some goals I have for the semester, all that good stuff. I'm gonna get a drink of water. Hang on. Do you guys like my awala? I've been told that I look like my awala. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I love her. Okay, I'm back. I'm back for good. So, semester ahead. Where should we start? Should we start with academics? We should. So academics. I'm taking 2 academic courses. On Tuesdays, I'm taking the Producing Essentials class, which is one of 2 classes required for my producing minor. I have to take other classes too, but it's the only required ones. And it is a 3-hour class. I'm terrified. And yeah, I didn't realize that pretty much all the classes in spring semester are so long. I kind of hate that. This class is it's once a week. It's just Tuesdays, and it's at 2 p.m. So, I have the whole day ahead to do whatever, and then I have this class at 2 p.m. But it goes until 5. 3 hours? I don't have that attention span. My journalism class I took this last semester was, I think it was 2 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, or no, 2.5, I think. Yeah, I think it might have been a 2.5-hour class. And we had a 15-minute break in between, but my attention span by the end of the second hour was pretty much gone. I would always spend the end of that class being holy fuck. I would be I'm bugging out. Lord, I can't do it. Oh, Lord. I would really, I'd space out. So I'm kind of scared. I talked to my parents about that, and they were like, well, you're going to be really interested in the topics that they're talking about. And when you're in a class that you're actually interested in, you can go for hours. And I'm I don't know. 3 hours of producing essentials? So my plan is to be I'm going to have a bunch of fun drinks. I'm thinking my water, and then a caffeinated beverage, and then like some other, like a third beverage, and then a snack. And hopefully that'll like keep me going. And I'm thinking I'm really gonna have to set up my notes. I've gotten some like new pens and stuff, and I have like a virtual school organizer that I do on Notion, and I need to set all of that up. And I hope that like having those things will help motivate me to stay in focus for that class. But to be honest, I have yet to have a class that does midterms and finals. Like the only class I had that did that was intro to theater production, ICP, and even that was kind of fake. Like, if you know, you know. Aaron, me teaching ITP, it's kind of fake. So those like written exams were not. It didn't feel very official, you know. It didn't feel like an official test, and we didn't even have those as like a final date. We did it in class. It wasn't like during finals week or during midterms week, you know. So I've yet to actually have a class that does that. And I think this is going to be my first time having that. So I'm a little scared. And I'm pretty certain that this is also like a huge lecture class. And I've never had any of those either. I've only had like small seminar type classes. So, girl, I'm nervous. Boyfriend, I'm nervous. I have not looked at any of my syllabi yet because they are not uploaded as of today. As of me recording, they're not uploaded. I think I'll probably see them very soon though. And I'll review the syllabi. So that's my one class. And then on Thursdays, I'm very excited for this class. I have my sound painting practicum. I'm so excited. It's a new course, and it's taught by Tomi Sonoda, who is like huge in NYU drama and is probably one of the best teachers, and I'm so excited. Last year in voice, our voice teacher gave us like an intro to sound painting, and I thought it was so fun, and I think it's such an interesting way to compose an original piece. And I know that it's like improvised in the moment, but I feel like it can really be groundbreaking to help create new art. And I'm just so excited to learn about it. I have no idea what the class is going to be like. If it's going to be like, I know it's a praxis class. Praxis, I don't know what the correct way of saying it is. I say praxis. And I've heard that, well, not that I've heard. I know that means that we're actually going to be doing. But this class is 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm wondering, like, are we doing sound painting the whole time? Or do we, like, learn about the history of it for some of the class and then get up and do it? Like, I don't know. I don't know how it works. And I'm very, very excited to learn. And I know there's one person from ETW in that class. So I will not be alone. And I'm excited. I mean, I wouldn't care if I was alone anyways, because I'm so pumped to take this class. I'm really, like, this semester, I'm excited. I feel like I'm going to have a great schedule. And, like, on my academic days, I only have one class each, and they're both not until 2 p.m. This is perfect. Like, I can wake up not super early and work out and, like, do homework, do my laundry or whatever, chores, other homework, you know, anything that I have to do, I can do in the morning. My trio, my babes, we were talking about, like, maybe getting lunch together and stuff on our academic days. Like, I'm so hype, and I feel like it's gonna be like, the perfect amount of time for me. I think I'm gonna have a lot of time this semester, and that is one of my goals, is to take time. I feel like, especially because we're reaching the halfway point of my NYU experience, my college experience, like, the time is going so fast, and I feel like I just want to take my time with everything, because this is literally, like, I feel like college is such a defining point of your life, and to be at NYU for 4 years, like, I just want to live up every moment of it, and I don't want to, like, wish it all away. So I would really like to take my time, especially because this is my last semester in primary training as well. So, like, after this, people are going to come and go, and it's going to be a lot less consistent and stable, and I feel like I'm going to really miss the the safety and the comfort of primary training, you know? So speaking of that, with studio, I've heard that this semester's kind of crazy. I've been talking to people and I've been like, yeah, man, the sophomore slump is hitting me. And people are like, what do you mean? There's no sophomore slump. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you not all experiencing this? Like, this first semester, at least, it's hard. It's not necessarily that, like, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, sophomore year of high school was bad. Like, I nearly failed a class. Like, I was losing my friends and I was all over the place and I was just miserable all the time. Like, no, that was bad. And this is not like that. This is just like, it's hard and it's serious and there is a lot expected of you. And I am like, freshman year is just crazy because it's new and you're like, whoa, there's so many new experiences and everything just blows your mind and you're like, holy cow, I can't believe this. And now it's like you're settled in, but you're just like, you hit the floor running. Like, you were just like, I'm on that grind set all the time. And it's exhausting. Like, I feel like I've never put my brain and my body through so much exertion before. And it really tires you out. And yeah, it's just, everything is like, it's not new anymore. It's just like, I'm really committed to all of it. And that's hard. Like, that's the biggest part of the sophomore slam. It's like, things, you're very serious about it now. Everything is serious. Things are serious. We are serious. We are Charlie Kirk. Yeah, so it's serious. And so I've heard, so this semester for training for studio, I'm excited for everything. I'm excited to get back into teachers that I've had previously, and some new ones. I'm really hoping, okay, guys, this is where I get a little selfish. I care a lot about Share Day. And that probably stems from me being someone who's a bit of a narcissist, maybe. Am I a narcissist? Guys. But I personally feel like my grade, the current second years, have been kind of treated like garbaggio when it comes to Share Day. Like, when we shared a screama and it was so unorganized. They had literally told us that they're like, yeah, it's normally like 2 kids that share. And then they picked 6 kids, but then didn't really properly tell us what we were sharing or how we were sharing it. We were just given different parts of this phrase to do. And it was so like, what? And it felt like, God, why is this our way of demonstrating this to everyone else? And then when we shared our contact improv last year, and then everyone was like, I mean, I didn't hear this, but people were saying that, like, upperclassmen were saying that our share was really bad and weird. And everyone afterwards was like, that was the worst ever. And I was like, I thought it was fun. I had fun. I thought it was great. And people were like, no, it's terrible. It was the worst. Oh my God, we're never doing that again. I was like, oh God, okay. And then when we shared Afro-Haitian, and it was like one of the most miserable experiences of my life. And I was like, okay, everything about this sucks. And then we didn't get to share anything at the second Share Day because Lisa didn't think we were ready for voice, and then Alex didn't think we had anything meaningful to share. And I was like, dude. And then we didn't share anything from acting because we had our own separate share for that. And I was like, oh my God, these people have only seen us do movement. They've never seen us act. They've never seen us do any kind of vocal work. And then we don't even get to share at the second Share Day. It feels like they think less of us, like we're not good enough. And I'm sure that's just me putting that onto us because I just really love performing, and I love Share Day, and I get so excited to do it. And I just feel like I was so anxious all of freshman year to do it. Like, I was so excited. I just wanted to do it so bad. And then to get to second year and still, like, we barely share anything, it's like, oh my God. I just feel like our grade gets looked kind of poor. Like, it looks, I don't know how to phrase this. People look down on us? I don't know. I don't think that's the right way of saying it, but I feel like the expectation is low. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be. We're actually this is a really talented group of people, and I don't understand why the bar is so low. Like, even Kenneth in acting said at the end, like, oh, last year's group was so good. I just thought there was no way you guys could be any better, but like, I really think you guys are a great group of people, and you really surprised me. And I'm like, why? Shouldn't the expectation be that we keep getting better? You know, like, this is your first group of kids that experienced COVID before high school and into high school. And so I'm like, I feel like it should keep getting better, because you have kids that are really ready, that have like they've really moved past this. I don't know. They've really moved past it as artists. Like, they're ready to make art now. I feel like they're kind of stuck in COVID, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But I'm really excited for studio nonetheless. And I hope we share a lot. I just want to share all the things. I'm so excited to do a contact improv share. I swear to God, if we don't do a contact improv share, like the one that like is the ETW contact share, I swear to God, I will lose my marbles. I will drop out of NYU. No, I won't. But I swear I will like wreak havoc. I will write an email to the head of Tish Drama and be like, hey, I've been robbed. Also, I'm paying $100,000 a year to be here, so I deserve to share when I want to. And on that note, if I'm paying that much money, why am I getting my teacher evaluations the day before studio starts? You're telling me I get my feedback from my teachers the day before I see new teachers. And they give me feedback on things I don't even remember. Like, Afro Haitian, that was years ago. I'm gonna get feedback on that and be like, I couldn't tell you what I did in half the time in that class. I remember being miserable. How about that? Does that help? Hey, does that help? No? Oh, darn. I just hate it. And I'm like, I'm pretty certain that they're not telling the teachers either that the feedback they give is given to us, like, I'm not even joking, the day before classes start for the next semester. Especially because there were teachers that wrote, like, have a great summer break from spring semester of freshman year. And I'm reading this the day before fall semester starts. Like, have a great break. It's over. Like, it's just very inconsiderate of my time. And it is a skill and a practice to learn how to take feedback and to take criticism. If you're giving me the things that my teachers want me to work on the day before I'm thrown into new classes with new teachers and new people, I'm sorry, you have to give me time to reflect on that. And that is a skill. A part of me is like, well, maybe they think that like no one will remember. And I'm like, no. It is a skill. If someone reads that and doesn't remember the things that they are told and doesn't remember what they have to work on, doesn't actually take into consideration what the teachers have said and says, okay, I'm going to go into the semester like this, that's on them. I mean, the least you could do was give us like 2 weeks before the semester starts so that I could look at what my teachers had to say and sit with it and really go, okay. And then maybe if I have questions, I can email those teachers and be like, hey, I just want to clarify. Like, you said this, and I just want some advice on that, or like, could you like expand on that more? I'm just trying to understand what you mean. You know, it's not hard. And I know they have them. They're sitting in a drive somewhere. I know that they have those feedbacks for us. They're just sitting there, and they're just waiting to hand them out. We're going to be patient. We're going to take our time. Whatever. And I'm excited for second year projects, and I'm already getting inspired for my second year project, and I'm so excited to see what I'm going to end up doing, and I'm so excited to see who my advisor is going to be and how I do it, if there's going to be people in it, if I'm going to be in other people's. I love being in other people's projects. It makes me so happy and so excited. I get so excited when people ask me to be in their projects. Like, yes, I want to help you. Yes, I do. Like, tell me what you want. I will help you make your vision come true. Don't even worry, girl. Yes. It just really makes me happy.
Wow.
Okay, guys, sorry. I yapped a lot about that. Let's do some like content updates and music for the last time. Okay, music. We are pulling up the Spotify. I feel like we're kind of out of the sadness at this point. I think now that I'm over my insatiable yearning, I'm kind of happy again. So that's great. And I've started going back to the gym. And so because I'm going back to the gym and stuff, I'm listening to my workout mix. So I've been listening to a lot of like happier music lately, I'll say. Let's of course we'll have a look. Of course. Oh, I really have been digging Olivia Dean. I've been listening to a lot of Olivia Dean lately. I have a really awesome playlist that Spotify actually made for me one time, and then I kind of tweaked it a little bit. It's like 60s rock, but kind of like gives granola Sunday morning kind of vibes too. It's great. I really love it. And I'll just list off some songs. So we have like the Velvet Underground and Violet Femmes in here, some Bob Dylan, Simon and Garfunkel. But I also have songs like, oh my god, like Pool. Oh my god. That has been my song this semester, bro. Pool. How long do I have left with my dog till I start forgetting shit? Oh my god. That song, so good. So yeah, that's like the music vibe. And then I'm like really caught up on like content, guys. I've been falling asleep to I've been bouncing back and forth between like the guys, like Drew Gooden and Curtis Connor and Danny. I've just been, I don't know why, I've been like using them to fall asleep, I guess. I don't know. I've watched all of their videos, so I just watch old ones and put them on as I go to sleep, and it's actually been kind of great. So I highly recommend. And I'm like fully caught up on Smosh. I've been really in my Good Mythical Morning. Brittany hasn't been posting much on the Broski Report, but she did do a podcast with Caleb Heron. So that's great. Yeah, it's kind of the content update. Oh, and then I wanted to say, I forgot to update you guys for this semester on like shows. I obviously would love to do a show again. There's 2 ETW main stages. A part of me feels like they might have that rule where it's like, well, if you were in the last main stage, you can't be in the next one. Which, like, I know that's not an official rule, but, like, I feel like that's an unofficial rule, you know? I feel like they're not... in other words, what I'm saying is I feel like they're not going to cast any of the people from the path in this next main stage. So, will I audition? Yes, but I have a feeling I won't get cast, which is fine. But I know there's a second one, too. And I hope to get into that. I just want to do as many main stage shows as possible. I just love it so much. And we'll see if what the Tish drama stage stuff looks like. I can't wait to see what they're doing next year. I'm so excited. I'm auditioning for, I know the one group, Lamplighters, is doing Mean Girls. So I have my audition set for that. But I'd love to audition for Shakespeare in the Park or Shakespeare in the Square, my bad. Shakespeare in the Square and the American Classical Theater, TACT. I love their stuff too. I'll see what Broke People is up to. You know, I really want to do as much as I can. And I'm thinking, like, I feel like this last semester, because there's like the new platform for Tish students to put out like casting calls and stuff. Tish Connect, I think. And I got so many of those notifications last semester, but I never looked at them because I was in the path. And so I was like, I don't have time. But I'm like, if I'm not in a show, like, I just want to do as much as I can this year. Like, I really want to build up my resume this year. So if I'm not busy in a show, then I'm totally going to just apply to as many things as I can and, see what I can just, I don't know, get my foot into. Like, can I just, hey, can I do a film or two? I don't know. Yeah. So that's the vibe. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm really ready to go back. I'm determined. I'm excited. And I am ready to go back to school. So this was a great winter break. I'm feeling so well rested and so energized. And I'm glad I had this time off. I got to dabble in some hobbies. I've been reading. I have played my guitar. Finally, thank God. I've been singing. I'm singing. And I'm with my dad. And I've been keeping my space clean, which has been great. And yeah, I've just been exploring some parts of me that I had to kind of avoid, or I guess not avoid, but leave behind when the semester got busy. And now that we're here, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm feeling fulfilled, and I'm feeling so ready to get back to work. So, yay, I'm excited. I hope you all enjoyed coming on this journey with me. This journey, these roads that we travel. I don't know what this was. This was me trying to make winter break pass faster. And I wanted an excuse to motivate myself to do something every week. And I really feel like that's what I accomplished with this podcast. I don't think this podcast will ever be continued. I think this is about it. This is its limited series, its limited run. But I am grateful nonetheless. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it a little bit. And I hope that your sophomore years don't come and get ya. Because I sure think mine has. Okay, I love you guys. Bye!